and I'm getting ready to go to Home Depot, and you can see that I have my mask and my gloves, and I have a bag with my hand sanitizer in it when I dispose of my gloves. And I'm going to Home Depot, and I've got another set just in case I decide to go to Lowe's and if they don't have what I'm looking for. I think this virus epidemic is going to get worse than what it is. And I'm going to go pick up some starts, and I'm also going to direct sow some seeds so that I can help people. Yeah. And I want you to know that I have 3 adult children, and my late husband and I successfully raised them. They are intelligent, productive adults. But I want to help them and my grandchildren with fresh, organically grown vegetables, because I believe that the supply is going to be depleted very soon. I really believe that. And I'm also going to grow these vegetables for senior citizens who are on a fixed income like me. Now, I am not bragging. I'm just going to tell you that I have 3 adult children. My oldest daughter taught school for about 20 years, and she's now an assistant principal. My oldest son taught school for 10 years, and he is also an educator and a coach. And my baby son is a master barber, and he and his business partner own their barber shop. They opened it up, I think, about 4 years ago in a brand new building, a brand new shopping center. So they are doing very well. So I'm not growing this because I don't think they can financially feed themselves or the senior citizens. I want to help the senior citizens because they're on a fixed income, and I want to help my children feed my grandbabies nutritious food that we know that is grown right here in my backyard. So I'm going to get back with you guys. I don't know. I've just been thinking about this for the last, I've been in the house probably about 8 days. I haven't been off my property, 7 or 8 days. And I've been thinking about it because I had decided, because I have over 60 fruit trees and bushes, that I overspend myself, so I wasn't going to grow as much. So I had downsized my garden. But the Spirit is telling me, I don't know what your faith is or who you believe in, but I believe in the Holy Spirit. I believe in God. And it's telling me to help others, so that's what I'm getting ready to do. Okay, I'll get back with you and show you what I bought. Okay, so this is what I got. I got an 8-pack of tomatoes and an 8-pack of cucumbers. I'm gonna give half of them to my daughter. If I can start them for her, but I'm not sure if she's gonna be off of work for the whole rest of the school year. She told me it's a possibility because schools are shut down here in Dallas for, well, they're saying indefinitely. I know she's going in to do administrative, to be a part of administrative team that's going to design something for the students to do online. Well, anyway, if she decides to have a garden, I'll give her half of these. But I'm going to keep the tomatoes. Some of them look a little cold damaged, but it's okay because I'm going to take off all the bad leaves anyway. And yeah, I just think it's too late for me to try to start tomatoes that need to be harvested before June. So I got on another, I'm going to get back in the car, take these gloves off and put on another pair to go into Lowe's and see what they have. And then when I get home, I will sanitize my keys and my cell phone, and I kept my purse around my shoulder so it didn't touch anything. Okay. I'm back from out of Lowe's, and they didn't have too much. But I did pick up some okra. I'll go ahead and plant that. I wasn't planning on growing any this year because I have a lot in the freezer. But I'll give away a lot of my canned goods. Well, actually, they're jars that are fresh canned. And so I thought I'd grow some more. And everything else, I will directly sow the seeds, all of the leafy greens. Okay, so that's it for my shopping trip. Another thing I plan to grow is sweet potatoes. I thought I had enough for myself canned. And so I'm starting these, and I'll grow some and give them away too. Now I'm headed outside. Let me show you an update on some of the things that here are the roses my grandson Brian and I planted a few weeks ago. And as you can see, they are putting on a lot of new growth. Not blooming yet, but you can see these small leaves and the reddish colored leaves because they turn greenish when they're older. I'll go over to the other side and show you that. And here is the other rose bush. They're growing very, very well. A lot of little small leaves. In a previous video, I told you guys that I'm growing morning glories to go up this trellis. Let's go in close so you can see these. They're really leaking out. And then I have some on the other side of the trellis. And I'm going to train them to go all the way up and around the trellis. Now, let me show you my strawberries. I knew my grandbaby Bria was going to be going to pre-K and she couldn't pick my strawberries anymore. So I decided that I was going to move the grow boxes up higher, and that way I won't have to bend over so much and hurt my back. Bria, I call her Strawberry Girl, would bend down and pick the strawberries and hand them to me. And we had a lot of fun. We played a game. She would point to the strawberry and ask me if it was ready. And then she got so smart and so good at doing it, she could tell me, Big Mama, this one is ready. It's real red. But this one's not because it's still pink. Let me step back. I put the grow boxes on 2 carpentry sawhorses. One is right there and one over there. And then I got lumber that was discounted at Home Depot and put them across the carpenter sawhorses. And then I transplanted all of the strawberries into these grow boxes. And you can see I've got strawberries, ladies and gentlemen. Lots and lots of strawberries and blooms. This is an artificial strawberry. I bought it from a lady on eBay who was making them, and the concept behind it is the birds will peck on these when they come around to try to eat the strawberries before they get ripe, and they'll be tricked by that and they'll go away. But I also have owls, all type of owls, and it's a story behind the owls. Let me walk over here and show you some more of the owls. They're all around the food forest, and it is because I used to have a fear of owls. I'll tell you about it in another video. It's too long of a story, but I overcame my fear by putting them around the food forest. And you can see little bitty strawberries coming, and they're gonna get bigger and bigger. So I have 3 going down this row here, and if I need to, I have these little hoops that I can put an insect barrier on there if the birds start attacking my strawberries. And what I like about them, having them up here high, is that I can easily just walk around and weed, and I don't have to. I was trying to get that root. Let me stop talking and get the root. Yeah, I think I missed it. It'll come back up and I'll get it. I don't have to bend over and hurt my back to pick my strawberries now. So if you know somebody that's disabled, and if you're new to my channel and this is the first time you're watching any of the videos that I have on strawberries, here's another one, guys. It might be your mother, grandmother, or neighbor. Yeah, this will be a neat way. These boxes come from Lowe's. They normally sell for $29.99. I get them when they're on sale for $19.99. I order them online and just go in the store and pick them up. And I now have 3, 6, 9, 12 of them. I'm going to show you this bed here. This is my tea garden. I had mint and Texas Star hibiscus. and they got real tall. They being the Texas Star Hibiscus. And they don't usually come up until around May. But the peppermint is taking over this bed, and I'm probably gonna let it. And I may plant more Texas Star Hibiscus in another area because I drink a lot of mint. I love the flavor. And I can come out here right now and harvest this and dehydrate it, turn it into a powder, and I can give some away as tea for Christmas gifts or just to my friends or my family. I also put fresh mint around my food forest, especially around my rain barrels and the patio and up under the gazebo, because mice and rats don't like the smell of mint. So it kind of deters them from being in those areas. Over here next to my pomegranate tree, I have another station set up with strawberries and owls. And you can see strawberries are blooming everywhere. In about another 2 weeks, I'll be harvesting strawberries. Here is the lettuce that I grew from seeds in my grow room, moved it to the greenhouse, and then I transplanted it here. And I also did some succession planting with some seeds I started outside. And if you didn't know, onions is a great companion plant. See that weed? I'm gonna try to get the root. Got it. Onions is a terrific companion plant for strawberries because slugs don't like the smell of onions, and that's what normally eats your strawberries. And you can see I have a lot of them growing here, and they're surrounded by onions. Now these onions were the little small onions that were sprouting in my pantry, and so I just planted them. Now, when you plant an onion that has sprouted, that was already a bulb, it will not grow another bulb. It will simply grow like green onions. Let me drop this weed. So all you have to do is just cut them off. And just keep cutting them off. And eventually, they will go to seed. We're standing right in front of my Gala apple tree. And it has a lot of little apples all over it. Let's see if I can zoom in right there and show you that. It has about 100 apples growing all over it. More strawberries over here, and here, and here. And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes my 8 strawberries that are growing in containers. I don't have to bend over. Now I'm going to walk you over here and show you I have another platform station right over here. And I have to empty that rainwater because I am going to transplant the veggies that I just showed you that I got from Home Depot and Lowe's. Here are golden beets. I grew them for the first time last fall and harvested them early winter. It wasn't enough. They are so delicious. So I directly sowed some seeds and I put my little transplants. Now, let me share something with you about winter growing food. It grows very slow unless it's in the greenhouse that is heated and you can control the heat. So these would have been harvested by now if I had planted them in the summer. Here are green onions. They will turn into bulbs, and as they get larger, you will move the dirt from around it, and that will encourage it to get a larger bulb, but it's not time for that. Here's my spinach. The seedlings I grew in my grow room, and Brian and I planted it outside. This is a different one. I think this is Bloomsdale. I can't really remember, but it's left over from last summer. And here are the golden beets from Baker Creek. And I direct sowed some of them in the bed as well. That's why you see the tiny ones. Okay. I think that's going to be it for my updates right now. I'm going to show you how I transplant the seedlings that I bought from Lowe's and Home Depot, how I mixed up the soil that I'm going to use. I'm going to plant them in 4 boxes that I got here that I was going to put flowers in, but I'm going to use this rainwater to water my trees, and then I'm going to drill holes in the bottom of it. Well, that's enough talking. I'll show you everything when I do it, okay? All right, now I'm going to show you about my soursop trees and give you a little background information on them. Oh, I've been here making myself some lunch, and I just ran out and got the soursop trees out of the greenhouse because it's going to get down to 40. These trees would die at 40, and I've been nursing them and growing them from seeds for 2 years. And I was hoping this would be the year that I get some fruit, but I think it'll probably be next year. I'm amazed at the growth in these trees. I started them the same day. I feed them the same thing. They have the same conditions as far as heat and light, and they were pruned the same. But just goes to show you that each seed is individually created and made because they are different. One is much taller. Anyway, just want to share that with you. They'll go back out to the greenhouse tomorrow afternoon. Soursop tree leaves, when made into a tea, can help with stomach ailments. It can also reduce fever, help heal parasitic infections, and lower your blood pressure. Studies have shown that eating the fruit can kill some liver and breast cancer cells. It can also help fight with inflammation. That's why I'm growing it. Kidney disease runs in my family, and most people that have kidney disease have high levels of uric acid, which can lead to kidney stones and gout. Well, eating soursop fruit can help eliminate some of that uric acid and eliminate kidney stones. Now, don't take my word for it. Always take your doctor's recommendations when eating fruits or any vegetable for medicinal purposes. This is something that I've been doing a lot of research because I have kidney disease. I'm not recommending anybody with kidney disease eat this fruit. I'm recommending that you ask your doctor if it's something that they think will be beneficial to you. Soursop fruit has a very creamy texture, and it tastes like citrus, strawberries, and pineapple. I was first introduced to soursop fruit when I was managing a beauty college. My students brought it to me when they learned that I had survived breast cancer. And it's very delicious, and I used to go to the Asian markets and buy it periodically. But a couple of years ago, I decided, let me try to grow this myself. I know I don't live in a tropical climate, but I love a challenge. I love to experiment. And while the seedlings, the trees were small, it was easy to bring them in and out of the house. I know the years to come, it's going to be more difficult to maneuver these in and out of my greenhouse and home. But another goal of mine is to add a sunroom onto my patio, and then they can stay there as long as I keep them pruned. Well, this concludes this video. I hope I shared something that you could use. The end. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye now.